All right. One of you made a comment. This is Chuck, by the way, with Strong Towns. One of you made a comment on one of my prior videos about roundabouts where you said, well, hey, roundabouts have to be able to handle semi-tractor trailers and large trucks pulling fifth wheels. And, that's problematic sometimes. Okay, let's talk about that because I feel like this is one of those things where we have we start with the wrong, in a sense, the wrong widget, and then we try to design our neighborhoods around it. And the easiest thing to do is just to change out the widget. If you've never been to Venice, the thing that you will strike you immediately, and it's obvious if you think about it, but if you haven't been to Venice, it is the thing that like strikes you right when you get there, is that there's no cars. It's canals, right? Canals through the city. I mean, that's what Venice is famous for. But you know that going in, but yet when you actually experience it, it's astounding. It's like, how in the world? No cars. Not only no semi-trucks, not only no fifth wheel tractor trailers, no cars, period. If you think this through, you have to ask the question, well, how the hell do they do anything? How do they haul out their trash? How do they get deliveries? How is there a restaurant here serving food? There's no car to bring the food to the restaurant. Like, how does any of this happen? If you're astute and you watch, particularly if you want to go out at night and watch what happens, they make really good use of the canals, and they make really good use of small modes of transport. They get things around in different ways. Venice, by the way, is some of the most wealthiest real estate in the world. It's in a sense too valuable to be used up by something as silly as an automobile, let alone a place to park your boat or what have you. If we go to a real city, like go to a city like mine, right? The idea that you would need to drive a semi-tractor trailer off of the main route through town is just ridiculous. Yet that is the design standard. I mean, we're walking along all these city streets, and these are all designed with the idea that a truck, tractor, trailer, a big semi is going to have to someday turn a corner here, and that we got to be able to accommodate that, and not just accommodate it, but accommodate it at like a reasonable speed, not as like a one-off that happens every now and then. I want to explain what this has done, because what this has done is really subtle, yet it's really malicious. What it's done is, forget increasing our costs. I mean, it's insanely expensive to build roads this way, right? It's massively increased our costs. It has devalued our property, because who wants to live on a highway when you could live on a nice city street, right? We've turned all of these side streets into, in a sense, highway dimensions. And so it's degraded investment. It's made people disinvest in these neighborhoods. But here's the subtle, malicious thing. What it does is it elevates business models that rely on semi-traffic. Well, what is that? I'll give you two examples. Say there's a local donut shop. We have a couple of these. Where does a local donut shop get their supply? I mean, what is a donut shop? A donut shop is like flour in a deep fryer, right? I mean, a cash register. There's not that much that goes into it. Where do they get their supplies? Well, I don't know. Someone goes to the store and puts them in the back of their car and brings them to the donut shop, and they make their donuts. It's very local. It happens very, very local. We got a Dunkin' Donuts in town. I drove by the Dunkin' Donuts the other day. And guess what's parked in the street next to Dunkin' Donuts? A big, huge semi. And the big, huge semi, hey, puppy dog. The big, huge semi has Dunkin' Donuts written on the side. And I watched, because I've seen this before, and I just wanted to see it again. What happens is a guy with a two-wheel cart wheels basically like what would fit in the back seat of your car delivery off into the Dunkin' Donuts. All those muffins and apple fritters and, pre-mixed ingredients that need to thaw out before they serve them, All that stuff comes off every day. They just deliver it right there. They walk it right in, pre-made from corporate headquarters way far away. A little tiny two-wheeler, enough that you could put it literally in the back seat of a Prius, right? Then the guy gets in his car and he drives to the next Dunkin' Donuts, and the next Dunkin' Donuts, and the next Dunkin' Donuts. Economists call this efficiency. They call this scaling your business. This is the efficiency of scale, right? Dunkin' Donuts can provide a superior product at a cheaper price because they have scale. They can have 50 stores in Minnesota and send 3 trucks out to 15 of them each a day, make these deliveries, and then do it all again tomorrow. Very, very hyper efficient. What that ignores is the cost that we bear. It takes for granted the excess cost and the depressed property values that we have in our neighborhoods in order to make that business model happen. And so when people say, hey, you can't have a roundabout, if you want to talk about a state highway having a roundabout, go ahead and make that case. We should have semi-trucks that drive up and down the highways between cities. We should have ample turn radiuses. They should be able to go at speed. That's like good for everybody. But when they get to town, park that thing on the edge of town, unload into a small vehicle, and bring it into our real neighborhoods. Not only can we reduce the costs of our places and increase the value of our places, but we actually put our businesses on a level playing field. It's insane that we as citizens here in the city spend absurd amounts of money subsidizing the business model of a business that, yeah, I like butternut donuts, they're great, but every dollar I spend there leaves the community right away. And if I go up to the local donut shop, yeah, some of that leaves the community, but a lot of it stays here. Why are we paying extra money to devalue our neighborhoods and make our local businesses not competitive? This is a bad business model for us, and it needs to go away. If someone shows up at your meeting and says, we need to be able to handle semi-tractor trailers driving through our neighborhoods, tell them no. And then the next thing they're going to pull out is, well, we got to handle the fire truck, and we got to handle the snowplow, and we got to handle the, the garbage truck. Those all come in different sizes. Change your widget, not your DNA.